Hello, and welcome to Project Displaced interview series, No One is Alone, from Displaced to Placed. My name is Rowena Moraes, and I'm so pleased to bring you this collection of interviews with the people behind Project Displaced. What started as a simple desire to help people in one person's network has grown into a movement of more than 78 people who support displaced workers in all industries across Australia for free. Now, these interviews provide a deeper look at the people who work tirelessly behind the scenes, bringing their passion and expertise, experience, and their commitment to bear, all with one thing in mind: to support the idea that no one is alone, not if they're prepared to reach out for help. Now, my guest today is Jo Morrison, who is a corporate innovation coach. Jo, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so let's dive right in. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my background is working with startup businesses. I co-created a business program at the University of Sydney a few years ago that has gone on to support multiple startup businesses. I then moved into a role where I was working as a corporate innovation coach, supporting businesses to come up with new and innovative ideas to make sure that their revenue streams would stay relevant into the future. In amongst all of this, I was leading teams, and my first love is working with people. I love to hear their stories. I love to work out how I can help them. And you know, I think everybody needs support. We all need support. No one makes it on their own. So that's what gets me up every day, and the thought of being able to help others and support them to get where they want to go.
Sounds like a fascinating journey, and a lot of things that you're working on. So what brought you to volunteer at Project Displaced then?
So I've run a personal coaching business where I work with private clients for about 2.5 years now. So I combine my skills in the innovation space with helping people to create their ideal work life. And when my business was in its very early stages, something that's resonated with me strongly is that when you give back, you'll always get far more than you ever anticipated in return. And I didn't have a lot of clients at the beginning, and I really just wanted to reach out and help people. And when I saw Ant post about what he was creating with Project Displaced, I just knew I had to get involved.
You had to get involved. Yeah.
Yeah, I just felt really strongly that helping people to move their careers forward, find the right role, build their confidence, were all things that I could do, and I could provide that support. And I was just really excited to get involved.
So you just reached out to him on email, or did you know him before that?
No, I just saw a post that he shared on LinkedIn and thought, wow, what a brave and amazing move to put it out there that he's setting this up to support people for free. You know, obviously I work privately with other clients, but not everybody can do that. Not everybody has the financial resources to be able to do that. So what an amazing service that Ant's set up to be able to.
Absolutely. Yes. So, you know, as you are aware, job seekers across Australia have been stood down. Many have lost their job. Some are in financial distress, or many are in financial distress. What are some of the key things you're working on through Project Displaced to support these job seekers then?
So something I feel really strongly about is the mindset piece. So what job seekers can do to look after themselves during this process of finding a new role. It's tiring, it's taxing, it's disheartening, It can be the whole kind of range of emotions that sit when you're looking for a job. You know, your family can be under stress, your finances. So I like to be able to be available for the mindset coaching sessions where I can talk Project Displaced people through the things they can do to take care of themselves. You know, that theory that you put your own oxygen mask on first.
Correct. Yeah.
That you're not on your own, that there is support, that it's okay to acknowledge that things aren't great right now, but that they can change in an instant. They can move forward really, really quickly with the right support.
Really powerful. So looking back over the conversations that you've had with the job seekers that you've come across, what have you seen as some of the biggest challenges that they may be facing today?
I think when people have had their confidence knocked, they didn't see this coming. Maybe they've been in the same job for a really long time, or the same industry for a really long time. They weren't necessarily expecting to have to look for another job at this point in time. So they've got all the things that they need to update, their resume, their LinkedIn. They've got to revisit how to apply for a role because the system or process may have changed significantly since the last time they looked for work. And then they've potentially been somebody who's interviewed other people and been quite senior, who have now got to return to being the one sitting on the other side of the desk or the Zoom call being interviewed. And then, Zoom interview skills are a skill into and of themselves as well. So I think it's helping them find a path forward so they don't feel overwhelmed by all the things that they need to do. And Project Displaced does that really well, because people can book in for those short sessions about each topic rather than trying to take on too much too soon to create their path forward.
So I did touch on this a bit earlier about why you're, coming forward to volunteer at Project Displaced and why you're doing what you do. But I guess the question I'd like to find out is, what are you hoping to achieve here?
So I just feel a sense of wanting to give back. I've been very fortunate, privileged to have had the support of mentors throughout my entire career. I've always had people I can call on for help. And I think that everybody needs that. So many people have been great to me and supportive to me. I want to be able to pay that forward, and I want to be able to see job seekers approach the job market with confidence, to feel good about going to interview, to feel confident that their resumes and their LinkedIn present the best possible version of themselves before they send in those applications. Best foot forward, I think.
Wonderful. Yeah, that's fantastic. So final question, could you share one or two tips that you think would help a job seeker improve their job search effort?
I almost never speak to job seekers who are slacking off. They're almost always doing probably too much. They're probably almost too committed. I think there's a saying about treating your job search like a full-time job.
Yes.
Don't do the overtime, right? But you've got to look after yourself. Don't treat yourself worse because you're looking for a job. So I talk a lot about putting the right systems in place to sit outside of your job search to support you, so that when you get to that interview, you're going in there feeling as good as you possibly can. You've exercised, or you've done whatever you need to do to feel well and healthy regularly. You've got outside, got some fresh air, depending on your restrictions where you are. You have eaten a healthy breakfast. You've spent the time with friends and family. You've laughed. You've watched funny things that support you to keep a positive attitude, so that when that call comes, you're ready to go, and you're mentally and physically well.
I can't underestimate this, right? I mean, all these things, they seem very ordinary, of course, but you're absolutely right. If you do these things and you're in such a good place and you feel positive, you take on that call differently.
Yes, you do. And you put out a great energy.
Yes.
And if it comes down to you and one other candidate, and your energy is in the right place, and you're full of great questions, and you're positive and excited about the possibility of working for that company, you really truly are putting your whole best self forward in that interview.
I love that you mentioned energy, because that's absolutely right. We talk a lot about the hard skills and the soft skills, but you know what? This is the thing you can't really touch, but you can sense that energy coming through, that bubbling, that positivity, that enthusiasm, and don't know if you can fake that much, but that when it does come across, that really has an impact on how you're perceived, first impressions and all of that.
Definitely. Yeah.
Great. Was that it? Did you have anything else to add? Sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's okay. I think the energy piece, so I guess to recap a little bit, the energy piece is really around how you spend your time outside of your job search to best support your energy, so that when the calls come through for those interviews, you are ready to put your whole best self forward for the opportunities as they come up.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Jo, for coming on today and chatting. And for our viewers, if you're interested to know more about Project Displaced, simply visit us at projectdisplaced.com. All right. Thank you so much, Jo.
You're very welcome. Thank you.